Welcome to the next episode of Prompt Poems. I'm going to be taking prompts from chat. People start showing up and writing short poems about them. Give myself usually 10 to 15 minutes, and I do a readback chat, see where we ended up. Hopefully at the end of this compilation, all of the poems that I write on stream will get turned into a book. As soon as I fill this notebook up, I plan on putting that into proper formatting and having them available as a book for purchase. So if you're not able to catch all of the live streams, but still want to support what I'm doing and think that this is pretty neat, like I do, there's that to look forward to. I don't have any prompts from chat yet because we just got started, so I'm going to be working on some of my own free writing until people start showing up. Sounds like there's a plane up there, or a helicopter or something. Man, that is super loud. I don't know if that's coming through, but let me know if you are watching this back if you can hear the helicopter. I'm assuming you can. If it's too loud, I can always mute it. It's very loud for me. But not sure how much of it will get picked up by the mic. Man, that is super loud. Hey, Trey. Hey, brother, you're doing an excellent job. I don't know you, but I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for stopping in. Oh my gosh. Sorry, the airspace is very loud. I don't know if they're doing test takeoffs or what's going on, but there's a helicopter kind of circling around the campground right now. So I'm sorry if it's coming through the mic. It's very loud in the camper. I don't know how much of it's making it through the phone. Hey, Matt. Good to see you. Good to see you. And that's time. All right. That one was 6 minutes and 13 seconds. Oh, no, sorry. 7:33. So yeah, 6 minutes and 18 seconds for this one. This is one of my own prompts to get stream started. I usually write one of my own prompts. So my prompt for myself was Lazy Days. I wrote this poem in 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Not every day will feel like a victory, and certainly not every sunset brings peace. But today is one of relaxation and reprieve, a day that I'm going to do what I damn well please. Waking up well after the coffee's gone cold, stretching the weariness right out of my bones. Today I celebrate being this old, staying away from all the responsibility attached to phones. Sometimes those moments of rest feel like letting down yourself. But trust me when I say sometimes they're best when recharging your mental health. Yeah, I like that one for 6 minutes. I like that one in general, but pretty cool. I think that one came out really well. Does anybody in chat have a prompt? I'm working off of all of my own right now. I have a couple still in the bank, but I'm ready for another one if there's anyone in prompt that or in chat that has a prompt for me or wants a poem written about something. Feel free to hit me with it. Hey, Julia, good to see you. Made it. You did. Glad you're here. Oof. Go with it. Go with it is a prompt. I can work with that. All right, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. For Julia Cart. Just in time. First chat prompt. We'll start this one at 10 minutes even. Home planet. Home Planet for Mad. Either one, I was saying do whatever you want. Ah, I see. Okay, I understand. Well, I'm going to take go with it and use that as a prompt because that's how I interpreted the message. We'll say that I started it at 10 minutes even. I keep leaning my head all the way off camera. I'm starting to notice, I noticed it last stream while I was watching some of the footage back. I'm writing, and a lot of the times my head is like tilted way the hell off screen. Hey, Redneck, good to see you. Welcome back, welcome back. How's your evening going? Sleeping all day and sweating, not doing the best, but hey, life. I'm sorry to hear that. Not doing the best. Hopefully we'll get some cheer. Well, this is Santa. It's kind of my job. I need to bring cheer, right? I'll see what I can do. I do hope that you get to feeling better. I've been sweating too, but it's still too cool to really complain about it. It's like 45 degrees and I'm already over it. Had the AC on in the truck today. Hey, Stony. Good to see you, good to see you. The red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. I'd be using that left side of my brain hard. I know, it's how I lean when I write. I don't know. I noticed it while I was watching a stream back. There's mini frames. I'm surprised no one said anything. If they did say anything to me last night, I was not paying attention. But I end up writing and I just start leaning. All right, we're gonna focus on that. We're gonna think about that for a minute. Maybe when I lean, I'll see something in chat and remind me to think with the other side of my brain for a little bit. Victorious Bookkeeping by Victoria. To like the live, tap and hold for a second. A screen will pop up. Okay, interesting. Thanks for popping in. Useful information. Uh-oh, Stony. What's it doing? I hope it's not, like, crashing. I haven't had any connectivity issues with mine, but it took me a little while to actually go live, so maybe there's a small delay on my end, too. Time, 18:25. So we wrote this one in 8 minutes. Well, 8 minutes and 2 seconds. It took me forever to figure it out, and I noticed less than 50% on the likes when I clicked it. I'm a helper. Well, I appreciate you. It happens every once in a while. I'm walking my trail beside my house, and it's got a good signal except for a couple of spots. Oh, I see, Stony. You're outside. So this is the second prompt poem of Stream. The prompt I used is Go With It for Julia, and I wrote this one in 8 minutes and 2 seconds. Rivers flow best, fluid and yet unwavering, finding whichever route resists the least. Oh, to be so uncaring would leave me savoring, cascading through life, an omnipotent beast. Take away my choice, just let me fall. Rain droplets turn to oceans, oceans turn to clouds. Let me rise up again over it all, joining amongst the sun, moon, all of the prouds, until something weighs heavy on my heart, dragging me back down to earth bit by bit. But I know it's not the end to drip apart. A day comes for me to rise again, like rivers to the sea. I flow with it. I like how that one came out. I used flow with it instead of go with it, but the analogy with the water made more sense in my brain to use flow. So, yeah, I liked that one, Julia. Thank you for the prompt. Thanks, Tony. That takes us to my next prompt is Home Planet from Mad. Thanks, Jennifer. Home Planet. Excuse me. Let's start this one. We'll call it 2045. Thank you. I think after this poem, we're going to get some of that pencil sharpening ASMR. My tip is quickly becoming sharpenable, but we'll power through this one more time. I used to listen to light classical type music to meditate and for sleeping, and it had quotes on it. One stuck with me. I saw the entire universe from a single dewdrop on a blade of grass. Yeah. It's pretty cool, the perspective change when you zoom in on something like that, because there's like a whole little ecosystem. One of my favorite things, similar to that analogy, but kind of a different theme, is tide pools. Tide pools on the beach. Every tide pool is its own little world down there, and they each have their own push and pull, their own ecosystem. It's unique, and you don't really notice it when you compare it to the rest of the whole ocean, but when you zoom in on just that tide pool, it's there. It's pretty cool. Hey, Valenzuela Trucking. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing the lean again. Oh, that's cool. I've seen a lot of the sealed terrarium stuff. Like there's a lot of content. There's a type of bottle that if you can find it with a 13 on the bottom, it's worth like $500 because the old bootleggers always broke the number 13 in the case, so they're rare. Huh. There you go, Mad. Why was the reason that they broke them? That's an interesting... It seems like superstitious. They think if it's the unlucky 13... That's time. 29:13. We're doing good this time. That one was 9 minutes and 32 seconds. Let's see. I don't know what the original superstition is behind the number 13, but it was kind of the joke that shaped me choosing it to be my lucky number when I was a teenager. People asked me what my lucky number was, and I always said 13. And I always said if nobody else wants it, there's got to be something left on it, a little bit of luck. And there's less competition for the luck that's on the 13 because I'm the only one that wants it. So that was my thought process behind that. But I don't know how factual or if that even makes sense now that I'm telling the story back, but to be a teen again, right? This is Home Planet, a prompt from Mad, and I wrote it in 9 minutes and 32 seconds. So 9.5 minutes. How many stars are there? Beacons of life dotting the nothing. I can't believe the rest of it all is bare. These hopes of exploration have my imagination frothing. Could I quest amongst those bright lights? Would I even know where to begin? These thoughts keeping me company on those starry nights. With so much above, it's easy to forget the world within. Nebulas behind our own eyes, inside every heart a solar flare of life. Storms of emotion turn to gorgeous imagination skies. We yearn for the cosmos from our own home planet every night. Yeah, it's really strange how those kind of superstitions just shape so much of our infrastructure and stuff. I like where that one ended up with 9 minutes. Definitely some things I would change in editing, but I think for right now, I like how that one came out. Thank you for the prompt, Matt. Okay, that takes us to the end of my prompt list. So this is my best Bernie Sanders impression. I'm once again asking you for your poetry prompts. If not, I have a couple other ones to work off of in the meantime. But I figured I couldn't resist the meme. Oh, right. Actually, it's ASMR time. This is 3 poems worth of shavings. There we go. That's the good stuff. Well, hey, Cody, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with the night sky. It's always very gorgeous, but I get overwhelmed with thinking about just how small I am as a little piece of dust floating in the middle of it all. How's your night going, Cody? Good to see you. Here's a kudos for this little man is holding his own planet. That's, you'll have to trust me on that. You'll have to trust me. There we go. All right. We've got a bunch of raindrops. What are we doing with those, Tony? Let's see, what did I miss? I agree, it's a lucky number. Heard because I really enjoyed. I'm always obsessed. Good evening. Cool. All right. Did not lose much. Well, that would be a very cool thing. It's always been way above my noggin skills, but there are some very, very intelligent people working at the NASA. Ooh, there we go. Oh God. I see. The ASMR was too much. Prompt is poison. Okay. I'll put poison on my list. Poison. All right. I just started one. We'll get to poison, and will be the next one that I do. Call this one 3710. I'm proud of myself, bro. I mowed my yard and it kicked my ass, but I'm Wolverine, so Cody -1, stroke 0. Or Cody 1, stroke 0. I get it, not minus. No, I like that. That's awesome. That's something to be proud of, man. I did a bunch of yard work myself over this last weekend, and it also kicked my ass. I was editing the footage of it together last night, and I have a poem to go with it, and it'll get posted on the channel, but just watching it back over and over again is just like, oh my gosh, like I could feel my back starting to give out on me again. It wasn't anything like super strenuous, but it was just repetitive, like consistent, continuous work. That's awesome. What kind of a mower do you have, Cody? Is it a powered, non-powered, ride-on? What's your cutter of choice? It was my neighbor's. Ah, the perfect. That's the best kind of mower. Hey, Jill. Hey, everyone. What prompts are you working on? Right now, I'm writing one for me, which is the impending feeling of failure. I started it about 3 minutes ago. I have a prompt in the bank. The prompt is poison from Mad, and I've written 2 or 3 already on stream tonight. Lazy Days was the first prompt. Go With It was the second one, and Home Planet was the third one. Hey, LDQA, good to see you too. Welcome, welcome. Vault 13. I am not up to snuff on my Vault lore. I would have to Google what Vault 13's experiment was. Jennifer says soulmates. I'm assuming that's a prompt. I've added it to the list. I created edges for my flower beds today. Whooped my butt. I bet. Thank you for the prompt, Jennifer. It's on the list. Twin flames. All right, we're getting some good ones. They're all good. Yeah, of course. Thank you. I appreciate them. Raking leaves and all the walking I did this weekend has my back screaming in pain. I'm sorry to hear that, Stony. I hope that you get some much needed rest, relaxation. I know you said you were taking it easy when we were talking. Hopefully that'll be rejuvenating. My wife is watching Twilight Zone and Jessica Simpson is using a landline. Man, I actually wanted to put one of those in my house recently, and it's absolutely astounding how many people just don't understand that concept. It makes me feel very old to think there are people alive that don't know that that used to be a thing. I thought the poem video about Fallout prompt was awesome, John. Thank you very much. The thumbnail was definitely not my best, but it cracked me up to make. My face does not look nearly as majestic when I shrink it into a little oval. But I liked the poem a lot. I really enjoyed how it came out. So maybe some of the Fallout hype of the show will bring some more people onto the poetry content. I don't know. My little drop in the bucket trying to hook into some viewage, but scared to follow through. You should, because you can hook an inverter box to and run electricity to, even if the phone is disconnected. You can thank Nikola Tesla for that. Yeah. I know even when the power was out, it seemed like one of the things that was usually working was the landline. That was a great thumbnail. I'm glad you think so, Stoney. The YouTube analytics are saying it's not a good thumbnail. People are clicking on it almost less than any other video I've ever put out. It's 10 out of 10. It's the worst ranked video on my channel at the moment, according to my analytics. But I appreciate your kindness. I posted a standalone video on my YouTube channel, actual page, not on my shorts content, but just on my channel page. I posted a video with the Fallout prompt poem from last night's stream. I re-recorded it and made it its own standalone video. It's like 1 minute and 15 seconds long, but I made a separate thumbnail for it and put it out as a standalone just to see if people would click on the Fallout content because of Fallout's popularity right now. It's the first time I've ever tried to jump on a hype train, and I'm either behind or misunderstanding something. If it's an old set rotary phone, it'll work without power at all. I would love to know what the sound quality on an old rotary phone is. I've never actually used one. Okay, and that's time 49:13. So this one was 12 minutes and 3 seconds. What? You're showing your age? Grew up with rotary phone in every room of our home. Oh, man. I don't remember that cartoon. All right. This prompt is one from me. The prompt was the impending feeling of failure. I wrote it in 12 minutes and 3 seconds. The peak is coming into view after valleys, rock walls, and broken ropes. Will this achievement leave me feeling new, or is all of this chasing fleeting hopes? I've told myself I'll try again tomorrow, hundreds of thousands of times, scared to follow through, fearing I cannot grow. What if I'm forever trapped in my party trick of rhymes? These wonders plague my waking thought, but I push forward with the pen held tight. I'm going to give this journey everything I've got. I'll never reach the peak if I don't continue to write. Yeah, I like how that one came out. That takes us to Poison. Poison from Mad. We'll start this one, we'll call it 51. 51. 10. Wonderful words to live by. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Indiana boy. Good to see you, good to see you. I haven't heard a bad poem yet. Man, I appreciate you. That's awesome. That's one of the best. I wish that I could snapshot that and put it as like a banner for the stream. I don't know. That's really cool. Thank you, guys. Vault 13 is the control group. Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's the no experiment one. Okay. For some reason, oh, that's why 31 is the one from the show, and I won't talk about it in case no one in chat has, or someone in chat hasn't seen it. I was thinking of 31, but that didn't sound right. Man, even being in a control group for one of the Vault systems would just be, it just sounds so dreary. It's like, yeah, just live in this can underground, and that's where you live now. Thanks for buying. I'm doing the lean again. Hey, Chris. Good to see you back. Hope you're having a good night. Time 60:06. It's raining here, not too heavy. I'm sitting in the laundry room, which is just a small room on the side of the house, and the sound of the rain on the roof is so relaxing. It's like meditation. That's one of my favorite sounds in the world, Stoney, like rain on a tin roof. I love that. Very cool. Okay, this is the poem for Mad. The prompt is poison, and I wrote it in 9 minutes and, I'm sorry, 8 minutes and 54 seconds. Yeah. Or 8 minutes and 56 seconds. Just under 9 minutes, one way or the other. Oh, yeah. Making noise. Just under 9 minutes. Poison for Mad. Whispered words, malicious voices echo, seeping down into my heart. Toxic intention taking pieces of me, laying me low. Those needles on your tongue piercing me apart. I've swallowed your poison long enough, carried its hurt inside my soul. I'm done letting you convince me of stuff, using antidotes of affirmation, patching the hole. Who will drink your poison now? Not a friend sits at your table. Get back on your podium, take a bow. Toxic, hazardous, venomous. You're a dangerous person, whatever the label. I went with words versus the literal, like liquid poison med. I hope that that's still hitting home. You're getting faster. Yeah, I'm just trying to write a little bit, like just trying to stay writing. I get distracted with chat quite often. I think the longest one I've spent was like 25 minutes so far since I started doing these. But I think 15 of that was probably talking to chat. Trying. Eventually, I do like the idea of putting all of these prompt poems into a book and like going through and editing them a bit, like just a little bit, putting them in a book and then publishing it as a work, and having the prompt, who gave it to me, and the time like at the top of the page to serve as a title. I really like that idea. So I think it'd be really cool to start tracking the time and just to kind of showcase what's happening on the stream. I think it'd be a cool keepsake, and it's definitely a neat project. I really love this stuff. When I was working on my book, I could not sit down and write 10 poems in a night. But I'd write maybe one. My goal, even before doing these streams, was one poem a day. After work, in the morning, something. It was like, write one poem, just get some writing in. And since I've started doing these, this has been absolutely amazing. Okay, everybody's favorite part. Ooh. I didn't realize you knew my kid's mom. Oh, man. Our awnings are metal. Love listening to the rain. Yeah, I bet that sounds cool. That's got to sound really great. That takes us to... I think I might have written these in the wrong order. I've got Soulmates in front of Twin Flames. I'll do both of them. So we'll do Soulmates for Jennifer. That's the one I think I changed sides of my index card. Actually, I could just scroll up and get the answer. I have that technology. Aha, I see. Oh, Twin Flames is Soulmate. Okay, gotcha. All right. It's the same. It could be. I've got them written down as two different prompts, but I like that imagery. That wasn't where my brain was at with Soulmate, so yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's start this one at 65:20. Same. It's okay if you do something wrong. I don't think anything was done wrong there, but that's right. You are correct. It is okay to do something wrong. Sometimes you have to allow yourself to do something wrong to be able to do it well on your poem. Oh, with the eraser? Yeah, it's okay. You have to do something badly before you are able to do it well. Luckily for me, most of my bad poetry was before I was trying to get people on the internet to read it, so it's forever hidden. It actually is on the internet. Almost all of the poetry I've ever written in my life is posted online in some form or another. My earliest poetry is under a different pen name and on a website that is no longer supported, so haha, that's basically unreadable. I got called off break momentarily. Did I miss it? I'm working on Soulmates right now, Jennifer. So you haven't missed anything. I just started it 3 minutes ago. No worries. Thank you, Chris. I'm glad that you like them. Jesus. I'm going to mute briefly for a moment. I don't know if that backup alarm is coming through chat, so I'm just going to mute while it's happening right next to my camper. Okay, we're back. Hey, Soulless Druid. Just popped on to say I hope everyone has a good night. I'm too shot for my commute and class today. Thank you for popping in, and I hope that you get some rest. It's good to see you. time 73:26. 73:26. All right, we're doing good on this. That's 8 minutes and 6 seconds. 8 minutes and 6 seconds. Soulmates for Jennifer. I'll watch it tomorrow. Stay well, everyone. Have a good night, Solace. Yeah, somebody was reversing. Sorry, got caught up with chat. Soulmates for Jennifer. We wrote this one in 8 minutes and 6 seconds. Two ripples on the same lake, chasing just behind one another, longing for the brief moment when shores make, our waves touch, bond one to the other. We didn't choose the water or the wind's direction, only to be with one another when the time came. No one else could sever this connection. Two ripples on the surface, but no others the same. Tides may take us apart again, to depths we have never known, but life started when our ripples began, searching endlessly for the connection that we have grown. Yeah. I like that one. Had to do a little bit of a change on the fly, but I appreciate it. I hope that you liked that one too, Jennifer. Thank you for the prompt. That takes us to Vault 13. And this one is for Cody. Before I put my timer, seriously blown away is so beautiful. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I'm glad that it's a consistent thing. Hi, Chris. All right, I'm going to do a very brief Google of Vault 13 to see if there's anything specific about the control group, or if it's just a basic thing. I know that you said you Googled it, Cody. I just wanted to see if there's anything that I missed. Okay, gotcha. So within Elation, after the water chip fiasco in the storyline, the Enclave took control of it and used it as a control group for their own experiments. So Vault 13 from Vault-Tec was designed to experiment on prolonged isolation, feeling alone longer than any other vault that was in creation. So I'll take a spin on that, see if I can put that into words. 77 straight up, we'll start it. I'm doing the left hand lean again. I don't know if you guys noticed in the last stream, but as I'm writing, I slowly start to drift to the left. I was watching some of it back, and I realized like, some of the poems I'm just writing with my head cocked all the way sideways. I'm surprised no one said anything. But it's his, you think it out. That's what Mad said earlier, is I'm thinking with the left side of my brain. The left side of my brain is putting in work. It's how you think it out. Oh, stupid autocorrect. That's okay. I knew what you meant. Time 82:27. Wow, this might be the new fastest poem actually. 77 to 82:27, so that's 5 minutes and 27 seconds. I see. That autocorrect is really getting it done here. This is Vault 13 for Cody, and I wrote it in 5 minutes and 27 seconds. So I think this is faster than the Chuck Norris poem, because that one was the fastest. It is. This one beat the Chuck Norris poem by like 15 seconds. Vault 13 for Cody, 5 minutes, 27 seconds. Sealed doors of steel and dirt. No caring ears to hear my pain. No stim packs can cure this hurt. Isolated now, drifting towards the insane. We aren't meant to be alone. Connections become essential for survival. If not to bring food and water home, then only to gaze upon a smile. Locked doors are supposed to keep us safe, but safety doesn't see you as a threat. If I never open up, never leave this place, these halls will echo with my regret. Yeah, I like that one. I'm playing some Call of Duty Mobile, but I'm trying to listen in also. I appreciate you, Stoney. I hope that you're having fun. I appreciate you trying to do both. I imagine that would be That would be pretty difficult. I don't know how important audio is. Have a great night, everyone. Gotta get back to work. Thank you again for your beautiful poetry. Have a good night, Jennifer. That hits in so many ways. Yeah. I like what it did. I think that dealing with long isolation can go a lot of different ways as a writing tool and component. So, yeah, pretty cool. Thank you for the prompt. That takes us to Twin Flames, and I'm on to my the last one that I have written down, unless I missed one. Got another one for Cody. Twin Flames. Good night, Jennifer. We'll start this one at 8550. 8550, Twin Flames. Oh, you did one just a few comments above. I'm sorry, I missed. Traipsing along the Milky Way. I'll add it to the list. That's for Milky Way. Very cool. Thank you. Left hand lean. Are you left-handed, John? Nope, I write with my right hand. I don't know if it's backwards on the stream or not, because it's my right hand. I used to try very hard to make myself be left-handed, and like I can hold a pencil and maybe make it look like I can make it do stuff, but it doesn't do stuff. I could try to write a poem left-handed, but we would be here a long time. After my stroke, I could write left-handed. That's awesome. Like, that's... Man, that's pretty cool, actually. Chillzone 22, love the Fallout hat, huge fan of the series. Thank you. It's one of my favorite hats. I say it is my favorite hat. It has been for many years. Glad that you like it. I also liked the series. I really appreciated what they did with it. You just missed a Fallout poem if you just popped in. We just wrote a Fallout poem about one of the vaults. Time 93:05. Another 7 minutes and 45 seconds on that one. Hey, you're still live, dude. Have a great night. Thank you. You have a great night as well. This prompt is Twin Flames for Cody, and we wrote this one in 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Sorry, the math is hurting my brain. Yeah, okay. 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Math's hard, words are easy. Twin Flames for Cody, less than 8 minutes. Two pyres blaze against the night, beacons for those who met the darkened wood and never returned home from the fight, standing before the sparks where the greats before us stood. Flanking those braziers, we raise our shields, chanting to the sky the lost lights' names, rising above us on their way to Odin's fields, riding skyward upon the dancing flames. Timber's not what feeds them, it's the memory in our voices chant. In these songs our fallen may yet tread, that is why we stoke the fires until the day we can't. Yeah, not exactly soulmates, but it's where I went with Twin Flames. So I hope that that one came through really well. Also, random question. If you're anywhere near Fairbanks, how bad are the winters? I'm from Minnesota. We have winters, but is Fairbanks just another level of winter? How does that compare to Anchorage? It is a very different experience from Anchorage. I live in Fairbanks. That is my primary residence location. But the winters are horrendously cold and very dry. It is desert conditions and just bitter cold. The air quality is the worst in the state because we're in a low valley and kind of an industrial city. I see what you did there. Did you put Odin in there because of the Viking comment last week? Um, when I think of Twin Flames, like that image that came to my mind, I've been writing about the night sky a lot tonight. So the Twin Flames to me was immediately like the two big flaming pyres that I forget the movie. It's it might have even be a TV show. I don't remember where it's from, but in my mind I conjured it up, and it's the two giant flaming pillars on the edge of a battlefield, and then it's like a Viking battle scene going on. That's where that came from. But it's been mentioned a couple of times that a few of us look like Vikings here, so that's definitely helps. That's sick. Thank you, Chillzone. I appreciate that. And that takes us to traipsing along the Milky Way for LDQA. I think that if you do make the trip to Alaska, it is worth it. A lot of people that live here came up here for a short trip, fell in love, and never went home. I have a very jaded opinion. I've lived here my entire life, so I think that it's the best place to live. But it all depends. Like you can have a beautiful life up here. You can have whatever life you really want. Really, I'm fortunate to work in one of the most beautiful parts of the state, so it definitely helps to be motivated even on the crap days. But like, there's a lot going on because it's so dry. If you're down in Anchorage or down further south, like on the peninsulas at all, it'll be very wet winters, very heavy snow. Traipsing along the Milky Way. We'll call this 9820. It is time, my followers, the ASMR. That's the good one. Tip check. looking sharp. I'm looking for some acres where I can just be left alone. I saw on the porches for some of the places for sale. I would give almost anything to wake up and have that as a view for my coffee. Yeah, there's some really pretty country up here. If you're looking to like settle and not have to be in the hustle and bustle, I think that Seward is one of the prettiest places in Alaska. Real estate is very expensive, but I think that it is one of the most beautiful places in Alaska when it's nice. It's also one of the crappiest places in Alaska when the weather's bad. Seward, Seward. That's where I grew up. It's a little seaside town on the southern part of the Kenai Peninsula. So winters are kind of wet, but you're right on the ocean, and it's just really pleasant. The whole town itself is very quaint. It's a little fishing town. A good view for a prompt. Yeah. You should write a poem for all the vaults. That's actually not a bad idea, Cody. That could be something that would, oh man, that'd be a cool project. I like that a lot, actually. I'm going to put that on an index card. Time 1:04:50. 6.5 minutes. 6 minutes. That's a poem in itself. Okay. Spiraling out of control. Oh, I'm just out for a galactic stroll. The life I had took its toll. Now I wander, a floating soul. Beauty like this I've rarely seen, maybe far away while I was still on the ground. Now I'm looking at everywhere I've never been. Strange, I imagined the Volcan asteroid belts, content with whatever my body hits, now that I've seen how a falling star felt. How are the... Okay, I'm sorry for the backup alarm. I don't know if that one's making it into chat. I'm assuming it is, so I'm gonna mute. You nailed it. Let's see, is there one more prompt here somewhere? Let's see. I missed parts of that reading. The sound of pencil on paper. John, you're breaking up. Uh-oh. I'm not seeing any connectivities on mine. Let's see, am I back? Maybe? Okay. Sorry, I'm not sure what was going on. I didn't see any dropped frames. Working again. Okay, awesome. Good. Let's see. The sound of pencil on paper. Is that a... I like that. If it is. Even if it's not, I like that anyway. I don't know if that's a prompt or if this is the only thing that was coming through stream. Have a good night, Indiana boy. Hope you have a good shift. Pencil on paper. Yeah, okay. Cool. 4. I need to notate H, JD, ZBX, JX, ISK. Yeah, I love the sound too. It's very therapeutic. Pencil on paper, we'll start this one at call it 109.50. Oh, that's okay. Oh no, random name biting in the butt. That's totally okay. Eventually I'll get to the point where I just say something to it. I keep wanting to say Anfid, but that, Anfid doesn't really sound right. Have a good night, LDQA. Always welcome for the poem. Thank you for the prompt. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Get some sleep. Time 1:16:12. All right. So that one. Wow. 6 minutes and 38 seconds. That doesn't make sense. Nope, it does. Yep, 6 minutes, 38 seconds. It's pretty awesome. This is Pencil on Paper for Anfid, just under 7 minutes. The cheapest ASMR as old as paper itself. How many stories have been logged by pencil lead? The music made by this number 2 has soothed many more than only me, scratching softly, turning every daydream true, making a sound even ears can see. Records being kept one stroke at a time, writing until the tip dulls to flat. If the only sound I heard again was writing at night, I'd go to bed smiling, happy and content with that. I like how that one came out. Thank you very much for the prompt. Pretty awesome. And I think that's going to be my last prompt poem for the night. Oh. We'll do my little ending spiel if you've heard it before. Absolutely don't need to stick around. I appreciate it if you do. It's one of the pillars that my channel is built on. I have a book published that's dedicated to helping people that are battling with substance abuse or mental health issues. Addiction is kind of a trigger word, so I try to use substance abuse whenever I talk about it, but it's a little book of poems that I wrote about my experience and my time in therapy and counseling and kind of learning to be kind to myself. In the Discord channel that I've started, Sober Poet Society, you can feel free to hop into. We're still getting off the ground with that. But if you like what I do and want to support me or give me a follow and see my written works and some behind the scenes stuff, you can follow me on Ko-Fi or join my newsletter. The links to those are also on my channel page. So, thank you for being here with me, and I hope that you all have a wonderful evening. That one, I have been really struggling streaming, but I'd like to have background footage or me doing. I'm also working on a video for how I do the writer's block and wanting to get that on the channel, but I'm tripping over myself. I don't think I'm doing a very good job explaining my process, and I to be easily digestible and help people that are battling with writer's block. So maybe I'll do a sample of it on stream and see if it makes sense. Maybe get some feedback. Thank you for sharing your writing and your readings. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate your kindness.